collaborating.
Collaborations?
And just that music, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, some of the best music you're hearing is collaborating, but just a lot of individuals.
Oh yeah, it's a team effort. It's not.
And that's what's kind of missing is we think a lot of people don't understand
That too. What we are getting a lot of here at the moment are people who are musically minded that are going to other facilities. Let's just leave it at that, where they're not truly getting the support that they need during the process to be successful. You know, as far as they're just recording, but they're not actually getting the production help or the vocal help that they may need if they're singing, or the songwriting support. And they're also not getting just people that actually have like well-developed creative ears in the process. So like somebody that actually knows what they're hearing is good versus just it sounds like it's at the right level and it's clear, versus okay, is this a good take versus a bad take? Some of that is missing. And I guess part of that kind of, you know, parlays into the whole aspect of like that Isaac and I are both very accomplished as producers. So when we're listening for things, when we're just acting as a recording or a mixing engineer, we're actually acting as a producer too, as far as being able to really evaluate the qualitative versus just getting as many recordings as you can done in a short period of time, so that when people get done, they actually have a record that we would be proud to say our name is on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want to say, make sure you credit me. And that's how I try to work on everything. That's how Isaac is. We want to do stuff that we can be proud of, and 9 times out of 10, if you're invested in the situation, and that's true across the board, then generally the artist leaves happier, because everybody has kind of put their heart and soul into the project versus just trying to get a couple of bucks off a couple of hours. And I think that that's why people keep coming back here, is because they know that we really are passionate about this. You know, even for hip-hop music, I mean, a lot of people think that it's, you know, it's a very compartmentalized genre, as far as there's just the rapper, there's the beat, and there's the studio that he records his shit at, and then somehow they come together and form magic, right? And in actuality, that's like the furthest thing from the truth, right? Like a professional person that's in the hip-hop industry is actually getting guidance and assistance throughout the whole process. Whatever they present themselves as for the media image is one thing, but then the actual recording process is work. You know, you go in, you might be in the studio from 12 in the afternoon until 3 in the morning, right? The producer's there, the writers are there, right? Rappers have writers, okay? They have people that help them with their tone. They have people that are actually there, you know, saying, okay, this mic is going to work the best for him for this particular song, stand here. When you come in on the verse, make sure your tone crests a little bit so that it cuts right through. You know, like, it's really like there is this false image where, like, people just walk in there and do whatever, and then they leave and they're the shit, right? And then there's, like, the real work that happens. It's like what you see on screen in a movie is, like, 5% of what actually happens on a movie set. You know, like, you're just seeing the actor. You didn't see the 35 different people it took to dress, put them in makeup, light the scene, adjust the camera lenses, operate the rig, get the sound to be appropriate. All you see is the finished product. And except with actors, they don't, you know, they don't portray that. You know, they're like, look, you don't realize how many people are around us in a scene just to shoot a scene. You know, with rappers, it's like, yeah, I'm the shit. And I'm like, oh, but the 20 people that helped you make the record aren't, you know. Right. And what happens is people who are not actually acquainted with the recording situation take that as the truth and then make substandard product because of it. You know, they're kind of missing the creative ear and the guidance that it actually takes to be successful. Just to make a recording, like, forget being rich and famous, like actually making a record you can say sounds professional. Like, that's a stepping stone on some level at this point now. Like, for somebody to actually say, I have a record that sounds professional, is a stepping stone. Right? Like, instead of, I have a record that sounds professional and it sells. You know? That's that, and that, but, you know, the two are tied together. At the end of the day, the two are very much so tied together. And so what we try to do is kind of bridge that gap a little bit and kind of pick and choose who we're going to work with, so to speak. Like, we are pursuing open hours from people. We're not saying we're turning people away, but as far as, like, we're really looking for the cream of the crop. You know, I hate to say that I want to exclude anybody, but in our heart of hearts, we really want to work with people that are actually like-minded. Like, we want to do the best we can for people, and we want people that want the best, right? And it isn't just about, okay, this is inside the basement of a house, right? But also who works there, you know? Because that's really what studios are about. It's not just about what they can offer you as far as the equipment selection or the environment. It's also about who works there, you know? When you're going and you go into the record plant, you go there because of the people that work there. You know, when you go in to meet, you know, when you go in to look for Jimmy Douglas and people like that. If you're going to Hit Factory, Criterion in Miami, you're going there because of the staff, not just because they have a Neve console or because they have a large track room. You're going there because Kevin Miller works there, who records Mariah Carey and Busta Rhymes and works side by side with Danger. You go there because of these engineers. And so what we are trying to do is kind of get it back to that. We're like, it's not just about where we are. Me and this dude are dangerous anywhere. Give me an M-Box, you know, and a SM57, and I'll show you some magic that I can pull off, you know, because I've had to do that. I had to get good at it that way, you know, and that's really what the selling point of the studio. Studio Dog has a lot of toys and all that stuff, but really the magic is in between the two of us. That's the selling point, you know, and I think that that degree of knowledge actually inspires confidence in us, and in turn it inspires our clients, you know, because they know they're in somebody's hands that is actually going to take care of them and give them a result that they can appreciate.
What they need to get the best performance out of them.
Right.
Proper miking,
Definitely.
you know, solid recordings on the front end, and the rest is cake, really.
Yeah.
It's just tailoring it to the sound they want.